Hello and welcome back to At the Symposium. We're back here and we're going to do a little intro to a couple books that I want to cover actually in more detail next week, Sunday, for a little philosophical and literary and academic exploration. Some pretty important books, I think, some very useful books into understanding some of our times and understanding how long certain things have been happening and what's going on in culture and in the academy. So these two books are by the same author. Her name is Daphne Patai. She is a language professor in the languages of Portuguese and Spanish at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. And she has written two pretty prominent books critiquing feminism. So aside from these books, if you want to get familiar with the author, you can even look her up on YouTube and look at her talks. She has several talks on these books and about her position and things that she faced in the academy. So her story is she's a language professor in University of Massachusetts Amherst. Actually, quite ironically, same consortium that I was a part of. I went to Hampshire College, which was part of the 5-college consortium. So I did take classes at University of Massachusetts Amherst. So that college is part of the 5-college consortium up there. So it's a chain of liberal arts colleges, 5 liberal arts colleges, in which you can all take classes in between the 5 colleges. I didn't know of her when I was in school. Had I known, I would have sought her out, and she could have cleared up a lot of things for me back then, as far as the culture and what was going on there. But she's had a long-standing, in the university system and at liberal arts colleges, where a lot of the new gender ideologies we hear about today started to crop up. And she was one that early on started to speak against it and even documented a lot of what she experienced throughout the academy in those years. This is the first book. It's called Heterophobia. This has to do with the rise of sexual harassment. It's called Sexual Harassment and the Future of Feminism here. This was published in 1998. And then 2003, we have Professing Feminism. Okay, and this has to do with feminist curriculum and such getting into the academy, and politicized kind of curriculum getting into the academy. So we're going to take a deeper dive into this next week. I just wanted to present them to you. If you want to get in touch with the author and understand a little bit more of her position, you can look her up on YouTube. I definitely encourage you to check out these books. We're going to go through in more detail next week and cover some topics and see how they relate to us today.